the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Time now for Stugotz's weekend observations.
It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations.
Oh.
What happened there? I mean, the voice was holding up so well. I'm in much better weather. Lake Placid, Dan, you know where I am. Lake Placid, home of the greatest goal in the history of American hockey. I mean, how about that?
That's good quality phlegm he's got going right now, though. That phlegm sounds
Feels
great.
Good. Yeah. Anyway, weekend observations brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories. Available for delivery. Dan, you can smell it in the eroding air that is 25 degrees warmer in most places than it should be this time of year. It's so close, we can almost touch it. Franchise quarterbacks are fighting with anyone who dares lay a hand on that red jersey. Tensions are running high. Wide receivers are having fun. The tackling sleds are out. So are the jugs machines. And Dan, just like that,
Yep.
football
Yep.
is back. Speaking of back, Jacob DeGrom, the DeGrominator. Derek Jeter. My friends insult me way worse than that. I stand with Alex. Jeets, the captain, A-Rod, Dan. You know what the C in the captain stands for?
I do not.
Sensitive. The Cardinals, what happened there? The Cardinals took out the study clause in Kyler Murray's contract. You, of course, know what that means, right, Dan?
They back down.
The Cardinals tried to do the impossible. Put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Oh, wow.
It can't be done, Dan.
Cannot be done. You're right.
No one's ever done it.
No one has ever done it. Put it on the poll, Chris. Has anyone ever actually gotten the toothpaste back in the tube?
Death, taxes, and Daryl Morey being accused of tampering. The Jags cut a kicker who hit an innocent bystander with an errant field goal. Number one, that's so Jacksonville. Number two, if you hit someone from Jacksonville with an errant kick, you shouldn't be cut. You should be signed to a lifetime contract. And number three, no one in Jacksonville is innocent. Corrigan family, Under Armour, and Inside Lacrosse. Oh, I got something for you.
What happened?
How do you have what happened there, Dan?
What did happen there? Before you get to the lacrosse thing, I skipped over the PJ Tucker thing. The idea of losing draft picks and getting fined money because you were in a giant zeal to overpay a 40-year-old PJ Tucker at the end of that contract.
He's a guy, though, Dan.
I like him. I just think it's funny to get penalized like that. Harden had to rework his contract. Like, there's all sorts of things that had to happen in order to get the 40th year of PJ Tucker's defense.
That's what you do, Dan, for picks, for toughness, for championship DNA. That's what you do anything for it. Seriously. Corrigan family, Under Armour, Inside Lacrosse. How do you have a 2022 All-American game that has a team from the North playing a team from the South, and 39 of the 44 players are from Maryland or north of Maryland? When the number one team in the country the last 2 years, according to you, resides in South Florida. Grow the game, my ass.
I mean, this
Do better.
this is oddly personal. Mike,
Dan, how do you do that? I have the number one team in the country. We haven't lost a game in 2 years. There's a 2022 All-American game, and you have a North-South team. And all the girls who are playing on the South team are from the North. And the number one team in the country is from South Florida. That's disrespectful to South Florida lacrosse, is it not?
To you, and it's not, you're not wrong, and it's regionally wrong, but I just don't understand why it's so high in the weekend observation.
We were worried about explaining traffic circles earlier.
Yeah. I mean, July, August, that's why it's so high, Dan. The Cardinals took out the study clause in Kyler Murray's contract. Unfortunately for us, I already did that one.
What happened?
Well, Stugotz, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Mike, you got it.
What just happened? Did your eyes go back to the top, or do you have that sandwiched around your lacrosse pitching?
I can tell you what happened. I had it, I had the lacrosse observation, and then you went back to Daryl Morey, and I scrolled back up to Daryl Morey, and I forgot to scroll back down.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what happened there.
Yeah. He had to have his observation as a frame of reference for the conversation.
Yeah.
It's one of the many things lost, so God's when you don't have the papers in front of you that we can just hand you.
Yeah, that's a good point. It wasn't turning 50 over the weekend that made me feel old. It was playing pickleball. Oh, boy.
Is that why you wrote in the chat, I think there might be a Pilates class starting soon?
I am sitting in a gym right now, right next to an indoor pool, Lake Placid, New York, home of the greatest goal in the history of American hockey, and hockey in general, to be honest with you. And I believe I'm in a Pilates studio, and 3 people have walked in and then walked right back out. So I don't know what I'm doing here.
You're broadcasting from a Pilates studio? I thought that was Abby behind you. They're just random.
That makes 2 of us that don't know what you're doing there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Zach Taylor said Joe Burrow will be back when he's ready. August. He said it in July. I want to call it July. He actually said it in July. Dan, can I get a ruling on that?
I mean, you did make the observation in July. It was a headline from July. Today is August. So yes, you can make it July.
All right. You thought Abby was coming for a Pilates class?
I don't know
Abby?
where you are or what you're doing, Stugotz. I just know I showed up today and you were in Lake Placid. I don't know where. Like, why are you at a Pilates studio? Is that where the audio's the best?
Yes, it's quiet here. It's private. It's very nice.
But it's not private. There are 3 people.
It was. I mean, until these Pilates people walked in, getting in my way.
What do they make? What do they make of their situation? Pilates is great, but I don't want Stugotz broadcasting his takes on Kyler Murray while I'm doing them.
Disagree.
Tim Anderson, 3 games for bumping an ump. Josh Donaldson, 1 game for racist comments directed at Tim Anderson. Huh? Still waiting for confirmation from my sources, but feeling pretty good about reporting that on the first day of Dolphins training camp, Tua overthrew Tyreek Hill on purpose. People ripping the Cardinals over the study clause for Kyler Murray. Do me a favor. While you're at it, rip Kyler Murray. He's the one who agreed to it. Put his name on it. Signed it. Now, what is going on here? Listen, the Cardinals did the right thing. They took it out, Dan, but Kyler Murray agreed to that thing.
Yes.
Thanks.
It was dumb all around. Yes, dumb for everybody.
Congratulations to Gardner Minshew, who was featured on the cover of this week's edition of July. Minshew Mania.
That was great, though.
I don't care about Minshew anymore. He's not even the starting quarterback.
He's living in a prison bus outside the gym, and he's showering inside the gym for 5 months. That's not fun. Nothing interesting about that to you? That he's, and it's not even a big prison bus. 5 months he lived in a prison bus. An NFL quarterback lived in a prison bus outside of a gym in Bonita Springs. Not interesting?
No.
With like orange couch, he did the interior. Look at Mike Ryan. Mike Ryan is dreaming of a day before kids and responsibilities when he could live like that and wear jorts and take a picture on the top of it, outside the gym for ESPN.com.
Had me at Bonita Springs.
It's a prison bus. An NFL quarterback lived for 5 months in a prison bus.
I feel like that would stick out in Bonita
nice
Springs.
calling him an NFL quarterback.
He's got like 47 touchdown passes and 12 interceptions.
Give me a break.
Okay.
He'll be starting where? Tell me where Gardner Minshew is going to be starting this season. Go ahead.
I don't have any complaints about Gardner Minshew. 6th-round pick. I've enjoyed his entire career. When I was introduced,
congratulated him. He's on the cover of this week's edition of July. I mean, what else? Put that up in September. See how it goes. I mean, no one cares. Jalen Hurts is the quarterback. I say that as a guy who is currently doing his job right next to a gym, an indoor swimming pool, and inside a Pilates class. I mean, Will Smith, Chris Rock, the whole thing. Enough.
right?
Enough.
I mean, I can't get enough. I can't.
Oh, shit. You're the problem.
Chris Rock has got to be making material out of this that he only disperses in his stand-up for the rest of the time. Use it as a ticket sale. Never commented on it. Never comment on it except in your routine so that people have to pay for it.
Dan, the effing Ferrari stands for fucking it up for Charles Leclerc every week. You didn't know that, did you?
Well, I mispronounced his name that way last week, and Frenchie corrected me.
Who's Frenchie?
Bill Russell. Rest in peace, sir. You are firmly and forever entrenched in my top 5 winners of all time. Top 5 winners of all time.
Oh, here we go. Can you believe that one city has 2 of them in 2 different sports? That's crazy.
It's according to your top 5.
Well, I bet you it's your top 5 too.
I think you're right. Damn it. Number 5, Mike Geruzione. And I'm not just saying that, Dan,
Yes,
because I am right
Yes,
down the
you are.
street from the hockey arena where he scored the most famous goal in the history of
That
hockey
is why
that
you're
won the
saying it.
United States a gold,
It's the only
even
reason.
though it wasn't a goal.
It is the only reason you're saying it, and it wasn't
They
the
had to
gold
beat
medal.
Finland
goal.
in the finals.
Yes.
Number 4, Pat Summitt. Number 3, Tom Brady. Number 2, Bill Russell.
There it is.
And number 1,
It's-
care to guess, Dan?
I have no idea. Can't even imagine who this would be.
Michael Jordan. He won like 8 less championships than Bill Russell.
I love that you are somebody who will criticize anybody. You'll find the way to criticize anybody, and you'll have a different take just to zig. And yet here you have the most common opinion in the world. Michael Jordan is the best.
But no one has Mike Geruzione in their top 5.
That's correct.
Nobody.
That's
Thank you.
correct.
Yep, exactly. Apologies to Yogi Berra, by the way. And watch out for the Metropolitans. Aaron Judge. What the hell? Speaking of hell, Dano. Art Briles. Dan, those are the weekend observations.
Enjoy the Pilates.